So the majority of our communication these days, unfortunately, is through texting, right? We can all agree there. So we rely solely, it feels like nowadays, on our fingers and our thumbs to create that dialogue. And with that being said, there's going to be typos, obviously, but is this okay? Grammar can say a lot, especially if you're trying to impress a special someone or if it's business. Should we go back and make sure when we're texting that we're doing it properly, the correct apostrophes in there, proper spellings, no misspellings? Do you guys judge on this stuff?
I mean, yes and no, I do. So I don't like when people consistently like make the same mistake, you know, confusing
The your,
different
the
contractions.
you are with the contraction in there.
Is it possessive or is it a contraction? Like, which one is it? But, and I used to be that person that like did correct grammar. And
You would call them out on the
I used to be that person. But
Her mother's an educator. That makes
my
sense.
mother's an educator, okay? I did very well in English on the ACT. English is my jam.
I was an
It's what
English major. I respect that. I
You
like
know,
that.
but I of course, am more relaxed right now. I make mistakes too.
It definitely does make you kind of judge somebody if they're constantly using the wrong there or your or other common grammar mistakes. Like I'm always like, do they not know the difference between those? But I will say I'm really guilty of texting very quickly. Like I get very excited. And also if you're very busy or on the go, I just like will fire off a text, but then sometimes I'll look back at it and be like, no, like autocorrect failed me here. And I'm the queen of sending like the star follow-up, like the correction.
I do too. Yeah, the asterisk. I do the asterisk, the star too.
I don't
This
do
weekend
that. I mean, like,
texted someone, I got this new raincoat and the name of it is the torrential, like the torrential downpour. And I meant
It's a hard
to like
word to
say
get.
something
That's a
about
hard
it,
word to
and
rip off.
But it auto-corrected it to terrestrial, and I had to send a follow-up. They're like, oh, that sounds like a Murakami novel. But you wrote it the first time, so I was like, all right, I'm saying it.
I do. I'm very, I don't know if I'm critical, but I'm very conscientious when I'm doing it. I don't ever want to throw typos out there. I don't care if it's to my friend. I don't care if it's to my fiance, my mother, especially if it's business. It's one of those, I'm not OCD at all. You guys know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you look no further than the dressing room here.
No, I'm kidding.
But for me, I am OCD with texting. It's something, I don't know why, where it's just like, if something's misplaced on the wall, it might drive somebody crazy.
Yeah.
If a word is misspelled or it's an improper use of a contraction, I don't correct them, but I'm like, oh, that person must not be very bright.
you judge them.
Review. I actually think that we all need a
I
good
do.
grammar review and spelling review like every 3 years or something, just because, some people haven't learned it since they were in third grade.
You mean because it changes? Or
No,
right?
because people forget.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the other thing, and
Yeah.
my old man always used to say this. It just speaks to how ridiculous our society is, as we're talking about texting here. If the phone only had texting capabilities, you could only text on a cell phone, people would complain, oh man, why can't you call people? It'd be so much easier. Well, guess what? We have that option on these phones, and yet still everyone neglects to use the talking, and they go to the texting. It's
it
so
gives
much
me
slower.
anxiety to
I
Just
have a
call
pet.
somebody.
Yeah, I have a pet peeve in emails. Like, I don't want to see those grammatical errors.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do
errors
it right
in
in
emails.
emails.
There you go. What if your partner never says, I love you? It's easy to question. Do they love me? Is it Kiki? Is she writing? No, I'm just kidding. Are they in love with me is always the question. And I love you doesn't seem like it's too much to ask, but maybe it's time to give them the talk. So how important is this I love you and receiving it back? And could this be an issue in a
I've
relationship?
definitely heard it too often before. That's just my problem.
I know, right?
It sounds
Tough
stupid even
being you.
complaining about it, but there's everyone has their own kind of caliber of how often that they want to say it, and some people just need to recalibrate it a little bit too. Like if you're needing to hear it more and you tell your partner, I think it's important for them to say like, oh, I should step it up and tell you more often, as long as they mean it. I'm assuming with this discussion, both people are in love, right? We're not just waiting for the I love you in general. It's just the frequency that you're saying it. And I think everyone's a little bit different, and you got to learn their love language. Some people need to hear it a lot. Some people don't want to hear it as much.
So I guess I feel like I'm a blunt person. So I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm not going to be like up here dancing around wondering if this or if that. First of all, you're either going to do it or you're not. But I'm also going to get to the bottom of like, why do you feel this way? Like it takes 3 seconds. I love you. That's less than 3 seconds. That's like 1 second.
It sounds so easy when
So
you say
just do
that way.
it. Because if that's what I need, you mentioned love languages.
Yeah.
If that's what I need, then just do it to appease me.
Right. Some people are like, oh, I want cuddles. I want cuddles every single day. That sounds cute.
Well,
I need cuddles. But like if that's what they need and the person doesn't give them to them, you got to work it out.
You're devoid of
because
something.
Everyone
Absolutely.
has different.
Yeah, I agree. Love languages for me is action. Like, I think at this whole conversation of I love you, when's the right time, I think it's cheapened. I think it's, at this point, I think it's really nothing to it. It's superficial. It's lip service, no pun intended there. You're truly just saying words, but are you backing them? Hey, it's great if both people are saying I love you, but then one's running around on the other one, or the other one doesn't help around the house or doesn't do these things. Like, to me, I'm not worried about being told I love you and when the right time is, or it being told back. I want the love to be reciprocated through action. So I think everybody's different. Some people need to be told to reinforce it.
That's your love
Acts of service is my love language. Like, don't talk. We always used to say this in the locker room when I played basketball. Don't talk about it, be about it. And that's like the biggest thing to me is like, don't just say something, show me. That's my thing.
Yeah, I want it all. Show me,
She ain't lying. Good luck, Teddy.
Tell me you love me, give me cuddles, all of it.
Let's be real, I'm a woman. I want it all.